I'm gonna drill 3.5-inch holes for 3 legs, and I want to put what's called a little bit of splay on them. I don't want to be at a 90-degree perpendicular angle from the table. I want about anywhere from a 5 to 7, 8, 9, 10 degree splay. I usually try and shoot for around 7, but I'll be honest with you, I don't measure it out either. I just kind of go off an angle and I try and match that angle 3 times when I go around. I could wish I could tell you there's a little bit of science to this, but it's really just about creating this like 5 to 7 degree angle of splay. I'm gonna go 1.5 inches wide for a mortise and just kind of match that in 3 different spots. If you do notice, this cookie here was kind of uncut to one side. I pulled this out of my local town, our local city log dump, where people just take logs and trees and stuff that they cut up. So there was some that were pretty good and straight. This one's not so good. It's a little heavier to this side. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna run one right here, and I'm gonna run one there and one right in here, and try and cover the weight that is distributed on this side where it's a little bit thicker. So one thing I want to point out is with these 3-legged stools, you want to point back to the center of the cookie, okay, or the pith. Here's the center right here. You can see a couple cracks coming there, but you kind of want all 3 legs centering there. I will admit, I need to invest in an electric drill. Drilling 1.5 inches with a cordless drill. I'm having to rotate batteries out. It's kind of cold out today. It's kind of hard on the drills. So an electric drill, 1.5 inches, and drilling into this end grain of sycamore, which is a pretty tight grain, it would help out a lot. So probably time I do that. So I have some legs drying back here that I will collect, and you can see I've got 3 of them here, so I will come back in here and finish them here on this particular stump. And here's one that I've done, so I'm trying to do a shorter version of that. I'm going to take them onto my shave horse, so I'm going to take them into my shop here, sit down on the shave horse, carve these things into shape, and then come back in here with the hatchet and kind of finish them up down to that size and go from there. Take these to the shave horse, but my shave horse needs a lot of modifications. It's one of my things on my list. I couldn't fit it in diameter wise, so I'm just gonna use the jaw horse here and see if I can get these guys down to just somewhat of a usable shape. Tuning up the draw knife here, working on these hackberry legs. Hackberry will make nice legs, but that grain is tough. It'll be nice to get to once I get there. So I'll touch this draw knife up with a stone, get back at it. Something that I've been taught is to keep my leg on the side that I'm swinging back. I think a lot of blacksmiths do this as well, but people that like to do a lot of green woodworking for swinging, so it kind of gives us an open side. This is pretty awkward. Also, your handle can come down and hit you. So I like to keep myself opened up a little bit. And if you look here, I'm also holding my stock at a little bit of an angle. I'm not holding it straight up and down and bringing my axe right here. I have it laid over at an angle. So that it does a couple of things for me. It clears out some space for me to be able to swing this hatchet and not have to worry about cutting my thumb off. But it also helps me create that angle that I'm trying to achieve as I go down here. Go try her out. So I'm down to about 1.5 inches here, pretty close. And I actually like my legs to have some points on them instead of being perfectly round, because when I fit it into a round circle, it's gonna help fit a little bit tighter and give it something to grab. So now, I'm just taking my legs, and remember, I kind of drilled my hole back to my center a little bit, and I just kind of play around with the angle of the legs. If you carve them out like I did and take a draw knife, you're probably gonna have a natural turn to it, and you want those to fit pretty tight. Should fit good and tight. I'm not going to use any nails or glue or screws. I just want a good tight friction fit. Let's see how she does. Okay, I am liking it better now. I don't know how well you can see. I've got it leveled off a lot more. you can see that unstraight cut, that unflush cut down at the bottom. But I like it. Definitely, it's a beginner one. I got a couple more I'd like to use on it. I might even modify this or put different legs on it someday. Visually, I think the legs could be a little bit bigger, but I like it. What do you think? So the thing I love about these is that these are they're replaceable. They're easy to do. I did this in about 2 hours. I did this one in 2 hours this morning, but that's with recording. You know, I could do it a lot quicker if I wasn't moving the camera around, but I've got that one. I've got this one. We have these two that we keep out by our fire pit. This is off that sycamore slab as well. It's a pretty big, beefy one. But the thing I love about these things is that, you know, you can set them outside, you can use them as a workstation, you can carve with them, whatever. You can drill holes in them and use dog legs with them. Use them when you can. When they wear out, throw them in the fire pit, make another one. They're cheap, they're easy, they're heavy, and there's a lot of different styles I've seen. Even if you just got a stump, just use a wood stump to do this stuff. But I hope you've enjoyed it. I hope you got a lot out of the video. And one more thing crossed off the list.